All right, well, welcome everybody. And welcome to this new moon practice. It's a time of intention setting and planting of your seeds and, just inviting in that which you are wishing to cultivate or bring forth.
Every time.
Okay. I don't even know if you guys can hear that. They're just like growling. You can. That's what I thought. Okay. Shh. Great. Take your comfortable seat. Good. Yes. Let your hands rest as they will. Take a full breath in, and as you breathe out, let yourself settle. And bringing one hand to your heart, and just place this hand on your heart space. Bow your chin. And start to feel into your own heartbeat. Notice if there's any place else you feel the beating of your heart. And staying as you are, take a nice big breath in. And release that breath through your mouth. Let's do that again. Big breath in. Breathe out. And bringing both hands together at your heart, holding your heart or palms together. We'll open this practice and chant Om 3 times. Inhale. Resting in your stillness. Releasing your hands. Lift your chin and open your eyes. Okay, so we're going to stay sitting. Maybe take a moment if you need to sit on something. You can stay here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll take my glass.
Okay. So sit on something. Maybe change the cross of your legs. And make it very comfortable. I'm going to show you this little thing here. I'll take another blanket. And I'm just going to open it up till it's just folded in half. And it could be like a shawl. It doesn't need to be a thick blanket like this. Okay, then I just kind of wrap it underneath the feet and tuck it underneath the thighs. So the feet are crossed. It just goes over top of the front of your shins. And then you can kind of use it underneath to hold yourself up. So that I just showed you. And then you could also do it, if you want to put a little bit of blanket on your lap and then tuck it under. So whatever works, if you like that. Just as we start to kind of ground ourselves like little seedlings. Good. Okay. And then once we're settled here, you can close your eyes or drop your gaze. And we're just going to drop the head over to one side. So just let that ear, I have my right ear towards right shoulder, whatever side you're doing. Good. And just take a moment, let your jaw drop. Okay, notice if just from doing this, you feel your ribs shifting the opposite direction and kind of guide them back, maybe to center. Or wherever feels like a good spot. Good. Okay. And then, maybe that's enough. And you can just start to let the head release, the shoulder drop. And just feel that happening. And then you can take the hand, so my right hand, it's going to come up and over to the left side of the head. And I'm not pressing, it's just a little bit of extra weight. And again, just breathe into that, feel that. Just doing your best to release this. And now the left arm, it can stay where it is, or you take it out and just kind of stretch it out. Now I'm going to hit the wall here, but just stretch it away from you, flip the palm, and you just press that away. Think of the heel of the hand as pressing away. And we're just going to melt whatever you can. Nice, beautiful breathing. And then the last little bit we're going to do is to maybe take this left hand behind your back, and the back of the hand can rest anywhere. It could be could have the fingertips on the floor or the arm up, and just let that shoulder hang, jaw hang. Okay, and no pose is ever static. Feel if you need to turn your chin or look for something new to explore. And just do that very slowly and mindfully. And we're here for another few breaths. Good. Okay, we're going to just release the hands so they can come back down. And then just let the chin drop down to the center of your chest. And just let it hang there for a moment as best you can. Good. And then we'll take the fingertips to the forehead. And you'll just, use that for a moment. Just rest the fingertips wherever they've landed on your forehead. Drop your head into the weight of the fingertips. And the fingertips are just going to press back. And then now use the fingertips to lift the head. So just keep pressing till your head comes up. And once it's center, just drop your arms. And before we go to the second side, we're just going to turn the head a couple times side to side. So inhale, grow tall. And exhale, turn the head to the left. If you first went to the right, you're just turning. You're not dropping ear to chin. It's chin to shoulder this time. Good. And then inhale through center. And exhale, take your head over opposite side. Inhale. Exhale, sweep it around. Inhale. And last time over. And then back to center. And from here, we're just going to turn the palms down. Close your eyes. If your chin wants to drop, that's fine. Okay, so I did put you in opposite cross of your legs. If you want to change that now, you just can even adjust your blanket, do what you got to do. Find it. And then once you're settled and comfortable, then drop your head now to the opposite side. So let the opposite ear, and for me, the left ear to left shoulder. And just spend a few moments, just let this settle. So the jaw opens. And just feel into the weight of the shoulders dropping. And then notice the rib cage. If it's really shifted out, maybe you can just rock it back in a little bit. And just keep letting this unfold. Don't forget to breathe. And then we'll take that hand, the left hand, up and over. And again, it's just there. And you'll take a few moments with that to just settle in. Notice what's shifted and what's arising. And then you can add the right arm just out to the side, and you just flip the wrist. And just press through the heel of the hand. And again, explore where that arm wants to be where you feel the most benefit happening for you. Good. And then find your ease of breath. Notice if you're gripping in the left shoulder at all. And then, yeah, I didn't forget that, but thank you. And we'll take that hand, it's going to go behind the back. And you'll just find your place there. Exploring that space too. And again, just really be with the breath, be with the settling. Whatever's arising, be here. Good. Okay, and then again, we're just going to release the hands, and you'll just keep the head where it is. And then slowly just roll your chin down to center. Good. And then just let the head hang. This time we're going to come to a forward fold, and you'll just walk your hands forward. So I'm still in the same cross of the legs. And just take the hands wherever they want to go. Really feel that the head can really drop. So you might go onto your forearms or stay on your hands. So you're in that place where you can really let go. Even if you're up high and it's just the head dropping. Drop in with as much integrity as you were offering in that neck stretch. Just staying here for a few more breaths, releasing any place that's offering. Good. Okay, and then slowly come up and let the head hang. Once the hands are back on the thighs, so your head is still hanging, you're just sitting upright. Take the fingertips to the forehead again. And just let the head be heavy there for a moment or two. And then use the hands to press the head back up. And you'll release your hands to the floor of your thighs. And keep your eyes closed. Take a full inhale. And as you exhale, turn your head to the right. And inhale. Exhale, head to the left. And just turning your head. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the head all the way back to the right. And inhale. And exhale. Turn your head to the left. Good. And then bring your head to center. And stretch your legs out. Move your little toes around. Good. Okay. All right. We're going to come to, I said downward dog. You know, if you'd like to throw in a downward dog now, we're going to come to lie on our tummies. And I'm assuming we're all kind of set up close to a wall because it's kind of been the theme. So I'll just show you, you know, you can start moving your stuff. And this is, when we come down, I want to be able to like have the, and that's maybe why I was thinking already the socks on. So to have the feet at the wall, just as a way of releasing the back a little bit. Okay, so that your knees are, so you can see where you are. Okay, now I'm going to pop into a little downward dog as well, because that's all good. Otherwise, set yourself up in that, lying down. Good. Nice. Okay. Whenever you're ready, then you can just come onto your tummy. And I do have my little thing here, but if you want to put a blanket down for yourself, you could do that too. And then we'll just have the feet at the wall. Just, yeah, and you know, toes tucked under, tops of the feet, we're going to do them all. So whatever you did here naturally, then that's fine. Just kind of settle yourself in. Okay, so if you want to lie down for a moment, once you're settled and you have the feet where they're going, you put your head down and just take a few moments, like this little seed we're planting, many seeds we're planting. You know, in light of the way we've been living too, you know, we're all maybe nervous about making plans, but we know we have plans to make. So like that, you know, planting those seeds. Good. Okay. So staying as you are, you have your head still down, and if you have the toes tucked under, switch it. So you're on the tops of the feet, and if you have the tops of the feet, switch it so you have the toes tucked under, and again, just drop in for a few breaths. Okay. Let's stay here on your tummies as you are, and just turn your head so you're facing one direction, whichever direction, and your hands can be underneath your head for support. If you want to throw a blanket in, that's fine too. Good. Just, yeah. Okay, and then once you're settled with your head turned, then whichever way you have your feet now, just switch it to the opposite. So if you have the toes tucked under, tops of the feet, and the opposite. Just take maybe a few more breaths here. It might be nice full breaths. There's something lovely about lying on the floor and feeling the breath move into your low back. Good. Good. And then we're just going to change sides. So keep your eyes closed if you like. Turn your head and switch the position of your feet. Good. Just take your last full breath in and out there. And we're going to come up to Sphinx. And this is just, you know, to get this shape of the body. So if you come up and you're like, that's not very comfortable, just scoot yourself forward, take your feet off the wall. That just adds a little bit of extra for the back that you may or may not love. So, and if you want to bring your bolster in, if you need, you can stay, you don't need it. But if you want a little extra support, you can always tuck that bolster in so you don't have to do the lift as much. We're going to hang out here for not like, probably maybe 3 minutes. So find a way to make it comfortable. If your back is bothered, you take the forearms further in front. So, you know, the bolster under your chest, forearms in front, is going to relieve the back a little bit. Or nothing at all. You're going to have the forearms right on the floor, underneath the shoulders. Then you choose what you want to do for your feet. You can feel, you know, one way, the other way. So whichever one you pick now, we're going to do both. But you pick whichever one you want to start with. And then once you're here, so sometimes, you know, we put a lot of effort. This is going to be like an effortless effort. Just let yourself kind of hang out in the pose. So if your head wants to hang, that's fine. And if you want to keep it upright, that's fine too. And just let it go. You know, if your back is not happy here, you try all those things I mentioned. And the other thing you could do is engage the belly a little bit. This is what we do with newborn infants, or maybe when they're like 3 months, and put them on their tummies. So if you're welcome to stay however you are, but even just maybe exploring the room with your eyes in this different position. If that's a little bit of eye yoga, if you want to add that in, you could do that. Just look all the way around your room. And if you have your head hanging, you can look into your own heart and send your messages or the seeds you're planting. Okay, so we're halfway. I'm just going to change the position of the feet here. Okay, feel whatever you need. If you need to come out, come out. Notice the parts of you that are maybe talking. You might bring in a little bit of engagement to assist. Good. Okay, and just preparing yourself to come out. So however you want to do that, with the bolster, without, you rest your head or turn your head. So either rest your forehead or face a direction. And we're just going to take the feet away from the wall, just like you're 5. And you can start rocking your feet side to side like you're doing this windshield wiper on your back. Just move your feet around, exploring this little connection here. Good. And if you have your head turned to one side, just turn it the opposite way now. Good. We're going to rest in this child's pose form. So you can walk the thighs or the knees, take them out a little bit wider, and then bring the soles of the feet together. And if you can actually bring the soles of your feet right together, then do that. And if they don't do that, that's okay too. And now bring your forehead to rest on the backs of your hands or your fists. And really tuck that chin in. And take a full breath. And release. Okay. We're going to come to child's pose. And so however you want to do that, if you want to bring your bolster in, you could do that too. Bolster would just come in between, but it's all fine. You could even just do your forehead on your bolster with your arms out. That seems to hit right into my low back quite nice, so I'm going to do that. But you take whichever child's pose works. And if child's pose doesn't work, then just lie on your back, hug your knees into your chest. Use your breath to nourish the parts of you that are being offered right now. Okay, good. And then taking a full breath in and a full breath out. If you'd like to take a downward dog here, then go ahead and throw that in. Otherwise, you could just come up to just sit for a few moments and just receive. So however you're sitting, whatever you're doing, okay, I see downward dog. So I feel like a little twist. So if you're sitting, just take a little twist. And if you're in downward facing dog, and I'm just going to join you guys, then narrow your dog a little bit. And then see if you can shift the weight onto one hand, one foot, and take the opposite hand out and grab the leg. Give yourself a little twist here. You shift your hips away from that side you're supporting on, and then switch. So you just use what you've got, a little downward dog twist for energy release. Okay, and then whenever you're ready, come down. And if you were sitting, just doing a little twist. Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna come all the way down. That felt good. Okay, so let's take your bolster, and I'm gonna use, I just wanna make it so nice. You might not want a blanket on top of your bolster, but I'm just gonna do that. And then I'll take another blanket. Here's the one I was using to wrap up with. And I was gonna just place it at the back for my head. And then I'll bring the block in. And okay, so let me just not get ahead of myself. So there's your bolster bed. And if you have your heating pad, put that in. That's nice. Okay. And then I'm gonna sit, do the lie down, but give yourself some room. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna shove this back so I can stretch my legs out. That's the other thing. Okay, and then I'll take my block. So it's here. Put it here. And then I'll lie down, and you might take it all the way right to the base of your hips, and you might go base of the ribs. So whichever one is fine. You're gonna know what feels the best. I'm gonna put this little blanket under my head. And again, my block is handy. So the legs are stretched out. So this is such a great little pose, because hopefully it feels that way for you. Once you get in, it's like, oh yeah. And your legs are grounded. This nice angle we have, you can feel the entire leg, each leg, from your top of your hip all the way to your heel. Hopefully they're resting on the floor. Okay, so make your arms and your shoulders comfortable. So if you need more support, another blanket underneath your arms, and do that. Good. All right, so just settling in. And we did some neck stuff at the very beginning, if you remember. And we're now just going to do the, computer neck release here. So exactly as you are, just feeling the back of your head. It's either on the little blanket roll or right on the bolster. And, maybe you take a nice big breath in. And you release it. All is good. Let everything be soft. And then press, and keep breathing, but press the back of your head strongly into this support. Even take the chin in. And as you press that head in, just notice, with the rest of the body, how it reacts to that. How your breastbone, chest is lifting. So just keep pressing it in, keep pushing it in. Don't harden your eyes, your jaw. Take the chin in. And we'll just do one more big breath, just as you are. And as you release all your effort and just be here. Just feel the energy rush and release from that. Good. And then we're just going to turn the head to the right. And you might pick it up and turn it, so it might lift up and take the ear more to the blanket if that's available to you. And so it's a little bit of a stretch happening. And then you smile, release. If it's too deep, release a little bit. If it's not deep enough, turn the head a little more. And then just drop into this. Just bringing the head back to center. And just feel into the subtleties of what's changed. And then turning your head all the way in the opposite direction. And bringing your head back to center. And just resting here. So just before we move on from this moment, feel where your breath is filling and spreading. And just be very conscious the next few breaths to play with the breath, to encourage the breath on this path. So let it fill you completely and let it gently and lovingly release. Just do one more very conscious inhale, exhale. Lost me. And then again, before we leave this place, just bringing that head press in. So maybe tuck your chin a little bit, just kind of get your head ready. Take a nice inhale and exhale like there's nothing happening. And then as you continue to breathe, now you press the head in, the chin in. You would pressing the third eye space as much as you can. Just press that back of the head down and notice what the rest of the body wants to do. Keep pressing, keep that engagement. If you can keep that, let the shoulders just kind of drop in where they want to go. And take a nice big breath in. And then as you exhale, release all that effort. Just come back to your stillness. Good. Okay. Good. So stay as you are. Just lift your arms a little bit off the floor. And we're just going to turn the hands all the way down and all the way wherever they want to go. And then we're going to turn them up. So you're just rolling your arms and your hands are moving. Good. Just do that a few times. And if you want to sweep your arms over your head as you do that, just kind of feel whatever that is, or take them down. Just all these different ways your shoulders can move. So be with this wherever you're doing it, whatever height, whatever angle. One more breath. And then we'll just let the arms rest. Okay. And bend your knees and find your block. And we're going to place the block under the sacrum, and it could be lowest height, it could be highest height, whatever you want to do. You're just going to be in that just for a few moments as we kind of bring the body back into balance, or maybe it's you have the block up higher, it's a different shape. So just be with this. Wherever you have the block. And I just have my block on the lowest height right now, but whatever you're doing is good. As long as you're comfortable. Okay, so, depending on how high you have the block too, I want to come to a very gentle windshield wiper. So if the block is very high, it's just a gentle rocking of your knees. And, if the block's lower, you might get more mobility here. But it doesn't need to be anything more than just massaging your back over this block. I'm shaking it. And yes. Okay. And now we're going to come to rest in basic resting pose. So that's where the knees are going to come together and the feet are going to almost be a little pigeon-toed, a little wide apart. So adjust, if you're not happy with the block height you've chosen here, then switch it. I just took mine up to the second height. And then the knees stay together. The arms can be wherever you like. And just drop in. It's internal rotation of your inner thighs. And also being very aware your chest is supported, heart supported. And just soften in and breathe. Good. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And then you can release from this if you want. I'm going to give you a few moments of playtime here. So you can just stay with your feet on the floor and just breathe. If you'd like to, bring one knee in, if you like doing that, extending the other leg or lifting your legs up. Just, you can play however you like here for a few moments or just rest. If you like to lift your legs up on the block, that's fine too. So I'll just, maybe a few more moments here to just be in your practice. Okay, just moving into your final few moments here, however you wish to spend them. Okay. All right, so we'll start by just taking the block out and just coming back to where we were a moment ago. And just keep the knees bent, widen your feet, and we'll just come to windshield wiper again, however deep you want to go. Just to use the hips, open them up, loosen the back. Good. Okay. All right. Okay, so from here, I'm just going to roll to the side and come up to sitting. And just take a moment, once you come up, and just be in your sit, however you want to do that. Just take a few moments. Okay. So from here, friends, we're going to move into a guided yoga nidra. And that's just a guided shavasana. And we've done it before. I maybe haven't called it nidra, but we've done it before. So the way we're going to do that, you might want to use, if you like lying on that little package we were just on, then, go ahead and set yourself up into your most comfortable lying down position. That could even be legs up the wall if you like that, whatever your comfortable position, blankets, heating pads, bolster, go ahead and set it up. And if you have an eye, it's pretty light now. So if you have an eye covering, and then the most important thing is to make sure you're warm. So you want to cover yourself as much as you can, your socks on, your heating pads on, and all of that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through, we're going to do about 15 minutes. And I'm going to talk I'm going to just talk in intervals. So you won't hear my voice for a little bit, but I'm still here. I'm also going to turn off my camera because I know some of you are in a dark space and I don't want this light of mine to be affecting you. So I'll turn off the camera, but I'm still here. And you'll hear my voice intermittently, just kind of guiding you in. So once you're settled, in whatever position you like, then you'll just take a few moments, just settling into all of this practice that we've been doing. So, okay, I'm still here. Just turning off my video. And it's still bright. And so once you're settled, just starting with mindful breathing, just feeling your body settle. Make any adjustments that you need to feel supported and held in your own presence. So it might be helpful as you take your next inhale to make fists and clench your body, clench your face, just hold everything tight, and then exhale and let everything go. Settle into that energy. And just read this card we chose to guide this practice. Honor the earth. You're part of her. And so as you are, feel yourself lying on the earth. Resting in the darkness of the new moon. And begin to feel you can just release so much. You can fall deeper and deeper, more deeply into the earth. Just imagining yourself gently dropping down, held and supported. Gently being drawn down into the dark safety of Mother Earth. Know you are held and loved. And you feel safe and warm. As you are held and contained. Just feel the freedom and the flow of your breath. Each inhale lighting you up, and each exhalation nourishing you more deeply. Feel the breath gently moving in your body. And perhaps you can even feel the oscillations of your spine, the body surrounding and protecting. Bring your attention down to your tailbone. Tune into the subtlety, the movement of the tailbone as you breathe. You might notice as you breathe in, it comes out a little bit. And as you breathe out, it tucks in a little bit. It's following the movement of the tailbone. Maybe even up into the spine and all the way to the brainstem, the base of your skull. You may notice how the brainstem, or the tip of the vertebrae that enters the head, goes in opposition of the base of the tailbone. So as you breathe in, you might even feel that that tucks in towards the face. And as you breathe out, it tilts back towards the base of the skull. Just tuning in to the gentle movements deep within you. Feel like each breath is creating the space, and creating the fertility for you to be more free or open, receptive, whatever it is you need. Feel that you have everything you need within you. And that nothing can make you more than you already are. Breathe into your own expansiveness and your own inner world. Slowly. Just feeling yourself rested and grounded. Feel now that your breath is going to help you rise. And with every inhalation, gently lift yourself up, just in your imagination, in your mind's eye, just coming out of this deep earth. And as you exhale, you just hover. And every inhale bringing you up a little bit more, exactly as you are. Just feel yourself gently rise. Until you feel you've arrived back in your space. Just being in this restful place, and feel your body spread out from the inside as if all the parts of you, the water of you, just wants to fill that whole container of your being, from your fingertips to the tip of your nose, the crown of your head, the soles of your feet. Just feeling your entire body being breathed with your conscious rest. Journey out very slowly, so without rushing. And if you choose to stay in this state for longer, then that's beautiful. And if you're ready to come out, you might keep your eye pillow still on your eyes, and just start to make those little movements in your fingers, moving on to the wrists, stretching your arms over your head or out to the side. And as you do that, then the feet might start to move, the ankles, the toes. Just really take your time. Yeah, and just continue on bending your knees, and you might want to hug your knees into your chest for a few moments, and that's lovely. And just resting. And you can roll to your side, and you might just hold the eye pillow with one hand as you roll to your side. And you could just keep that there for a few moments. And then you either keep the eye pillow on your eyes as you come up to sitting, or you can just drop it off there on the side. And so whatever works, take your time. Okay, shh. So sorry. Cannot plan for that. No, just leave it. Yeah. Okay, sorry guys. Take a moment, feel your energy, bring it back. Good. Nice. And as you feel ready, you bring your hands together at your heart. Good. And we'll just end this practice with a very quiet Om. Inhale. Bowing your chin. Great blessings and devotional energy for you and all you are. Take a nice big breath in. Breathe into your hands. Shanti, Om, peace. Take all of these blessings, offer them to yourself, and then we'll offer them out. And so great love. I hope the doorbell didn't take you out too much and you're able to just stay in these beautiful energies. Thank you for being here, guys. Sleep well. So much love.